Archangel Michael says, "This is a moment unlike any other, because heaven itself is leaning close to whisper a message that carries the weight of eternity, a message wrapped in love and filled with the tender care of God, a message that does not come often, but when it does, it moves across your soul like a soft wind that brushes the earth with warmth and promise, reminding you that there are unseen hands guiding you and unseen eyes watching over you with a love deeper than the oceans and higher than the heavens." Type 1919 if you believe healing is yours. You have reached a turning point in your journey, and though your days may feel heavy with burdens or uncertain with doubts, there is a secret that has been preserved for you, a secret that heaven itself has kept safe until this very moment, because the Father has chosen you to hear it now, not yesterday and not tomorrow, but in this exact breath of time, where your heart and your spirit are ready to receive the light of His truth in a way that can lift you from the shadows you have walked in. The angels have watched as you carried struggles that no one else fully understood, as you endured sleepless nights when your heart cried silently for peace, and as you lifted prayers that you sometimes wondered if anyone was truly listening to, yet every tear was gathered by the hand of the Almighty, every prayer was carried like incense before the throne of grace, and every hope you thought had been forgotten was held close by God, waiting for the perfect moment to be revealed as part of the miracle that is now being prepared for you. There is a reason this message has found you in this very hour, because heaven does not deal in accidents or coincidences, but in divine appointments that unfold in ways beyond your understanding, and though you may have doubted whether your life would ever turn toward brighter days, I tell you that the dawn is approaching and the light that is coming will be greater than the night you have endured, for the hand of Christ is reaching for you even now, to lift you, to restore you, and to lead you into a place where peace and hope will no longer feel like distant dreams but present gifts in your daily walk. What if the missing piece to financial success wasn't luck, but a hidden frequency inside your brain waiting to be switched on? Once activated, this ancient signal unleashes waves of prosperity, opening doors to opportunities you never thought possible. From sudden windfalls to long-awaited breakthroughs, it's transforming lives daily. Want to see how? Click the link in the video description and comments below to tap into the money magnet brain wave and begin your journey today. The Father has been whispering through the smallest of details in your life, through the kindness of strangers, through the quiet beauty of nature, through the moments when your soul felt comfort you could not explain, and all of these signs were like gentle taps on your shoulder, reminding you that you are not abandoned, not overlooked, not forgotten, but chosen and cherished. And now the fullness of that truth is being poured into your spirit so that you will know beyond all doubt that you are standing on the edge of a divine miracle that has been written in heaven's book long before your days began. Type 1818 to claim miracles and breakthroughs. Do not think that your pain was wasted, because even in the hardest of seasons, God was weaving something greater than what your eyes could see, using every trial as soil for faith to grow, using every delay as preparation for greater blessings, and using every loss as a door to a deeper experience of His love, so that when the miracle arrives, you will not only receive it with joy, but you will also carry within you a strength that cannot be shaken, because it will be rooted not in temporary things, but in the eternal presence of the Lord who promised never to leave you. There is a stirring happening in your heart right now, and that stirring is not of your own making. It is the Spirit of God confirming to you that these words are not empty, but they are alive and they are meant for you, a personal message wrapped in the embrace of heaven, designed to assure you that within moments, not years or decades, but moments, change will unfold and doors will open. Because your time of waiting is shifting into a time of breakthrough that no one can take from you. This is your invitation to rest in the arms of the one who gave his life out of love so you could live with peace, to release your fears into the hands of Christ who carried every weight on his shoulders, and to believe that though your journey has been long, the miracle that is coming will be swift, it will be timely, and it will leave you in awe of the God who writes stories of redemption with the ink of grace and the brush of compassion. Even now, as these words enter your spirit, there is healing flowing into the wounds of your soul, there is strength being breathed into your weakness, there is peace settling into the restless corners of your mind, and there is hope rising like sunlight after the longest night, reminding you that you were never walking alone, and you will not walk alone in the days to come, because heaven has made a promise over your life, and the angels are standing as witnesses that this promise will not fail, for God is faithful and his love endures forever. So take this message deeply into your heart, hold it as a treasure entrusted to you from heaven's gates, and know that in the unseen realm, the hand of God is already moving, the angels are already preparing, and the miracle is already unfolding, waiting to meet you in perfect timing, because your last chance is not to fear or doubt, but to believe, to receive, and to step into the miracle that is written for you with the eternal love of the Father, the compassion of the Son, and the power of the Spirit that rests upon you even now. Archangel Michael says, "The voice of heaven does not reach you today by chance, it comes with intention, it comes with purpose, and it comes as a gentle but urgent call for your heart to awaken fully to the love of God and the nearness of His promises, because the time for delay has ended, and the hour for your miracle is drawing so close that it already breathes upon your life with the freshness of a dawn that cannot be stopped." Type 1717 to affirm your life is in God's hands. You have walked through valleys that felt unending, where every step seemed to carry the weight of sorrow, confusion, or fear, and yet through those valleys, the eyes of the Lord never turned away from you, the hands of Christ never ceased to cover you, and the light of His Spirit never failed to shine upon your path, even when you could not perceive it, because your life has always been held in His embrace, and no darkness has ever been powerful enough to snatch you from His care. This message arrives as both a warning and a promise, a warning that time should not be wasted in doubt or hesitation, and a promise that if you open your heart now, the floodgates of heaven will pour blessings upon you so abundantly that the memories of your struggles will fade in the presence of the joy that comes from the Lord's faithful hand, for His timing is never late, and His promises never return empty, but they unfold with a beauty and perfection beyond all human understanding. There is an urgency in this moment, not because God's love is ever limited, but because your appointed time for breakthrough is nearer than you realize, and heaven is pressing this word into your spirit so that you will not miss what is being prepared for you, for the Spirit of God is stirring, the angels are gathering, and the power of divine favor is aligning itself with your life in ways that no force on earth or in the heavens can resist. Every prayer you have whispered in secret, every moment you have cried when no one else was near, every hope you kept alive in the quiet corners of your heart when circumstances told you to give up, all of it has reached the throne of the Almighty, and not a single word has been forgotten, not a single tear has been wasted, not a single sigh has gone unnoticed, because the Father treasures even the smallest expressions of your faith, and now He is responding with a measure of love and breakthrough that will cover your life like a river overflowing its banks. The angels have been dispatched to surround you with strength in this very hour, to shield you from the lies of despair that try to whisper you are unworthy, to silence the voices of fear that try to convince you nothing will change, and to guide your heart into the stillness where you can sense the undeniable truth that God Himself has written a miracle into your story, and that miracle will not delay, for it has already been decreed, and heaven is eager to see it fulfilled. Do not let the weight of yesterday bind you, for what is coming will be far greater than what has been lost, and do not let the fears of tomorrow steal from you, for the presence of God in this moment is sufficient to carry you into peace and victory, because He is not bound by the past, nor limited by the future, but He stands eternal and unchanging, declaring that your time for healing, your time for restoration, your time for divine favor is here, and nothing can hinder what He has set in motion for your life. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brain wave and start attracting wealth right now. There will be a shift in your spirit as you begin to receive these words not merely as words on a page, but as a living message from the heart of God, because His Spirit is breathing life into you, awakening new strength in your soul, and planting seeds of hope that will grow into testimonies of victory. And though the world may try to drown out the sound of this truth with its noise and confusion, the voice of heaven is louder, stronger, and filled with a love that will carry you into a future more radiant than you have ever dared to imagine. Type Amen if you surrender fully to God's will. I tell you with the authority of the One who sent me, that in the hidden places where you thought nothing was happening, heaven has been working tirelessly on your behalf, arranging circumstances, moving hearts, preparing opportunities, and aligning blessings that will unfold with such divine timing that you will look back and realize that even your delays and disappointments were stepping stones that guided you to the miracle that is about to embrace your life with power and grace. So open your heart wide, let faith rise within you like the morning sun, and do not resist the love that is reaching for you, because the miracle is not far away. It is not a distant dream, it is a promise already sealed by the blood of Christ and carried by the power of the Spirit, and it will come suddenly, like light breaking through the clouds, like rain falling on dry ground, like a gentle whisper that brings peace to a weary soul. And when it comes, you will know beyond all doubt that it was always meant for you. Archangel Michael says, as this message continues to flow from the heart of heaven to the depths of your spirit, I want you to know that every word you are receiving carries a divine weight, a sacred purpose, and a holy intention to prepare you for the miracle that is already drawing near, for the Father has chosen this time, this hour, and this very moment to open before you a path that will not only lead you into peace, but will also surround you with blessings so profound that they will heal even the places within you that you thought would never find comfort again. You may have carried hidden burdens for years, burdens that others could not see or understand, and you may have walked with a smile while your heart silently cried, yet none of those hidden struggles have gone unnoticed by the one who created you, because the eyes of the Almighty see not only what is visible to the world but also the silent ache that no one else hears. And He has kept every detail of your pain close to His heart so that He could transform it into a testimony of strength and redemption that will inspire even those around you. There is no storm you have endured that has been stronger than God's love, and there is no valley you have crossed that has been deeper than His mercy, for every trial you endured has become a stepping stone toward the fulfillment of His promises, and now those promises are unfolding with such beauty and power that even the scars you carry will shine as reminders of how faithful He has been, because what once felt like an ending will reveal itself as the beginning of something greater than you dared to imagine. The Spirit of the Lord has been whispering into your soul, assuring you that you were never abandoned even when loneliness pressed heavily against you, reminding you that you were never forgotten even when silence surrounded you, and now He is declaring with great clarity that this is your season of restoration, your season of renewal, and your season of miracles. For the heavens have decreed it and the angels are standing in position to see it unfold. Let your heart be lifted as you realize that even in your weakest moments, when your faith felt fragile and your hope seemed dim, God was still holding you in the palm of His hand, protecting you from harm, sustaining you through hardship, and gently guiding your steps toward this very moment of breakthrough. Because His love for you has never been conditional, it has never wavered, and it has never diminished. For it is a love that is eternal, unchanging, and greater than anything you will ever face in this life. Every delay you have experienced has only been a preparation, and every detour you have walked has only been a redirection towards something better. And though the waiting has been difficult and the journey has often felt heavy, I assure you that what is ahead of you will make every struggle worthwhile, because the hand of God does not withhold, but He gives in abundance, pouring out blessings until your life overflows with the evidence of His goodness and the fragrance of His grace. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul today. This message is not only a promise of what is coming but also a call to trust deeply, to rest in the certainty that the one who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it, and that the miracle you are about to witness will not arrive in weakness or hesitation, but in strength and power, leaving no doubt that it is the Lord Himself who has worked in your life, lifting you from the ashes of despair and setting your feet firmly upon the path of hope and victory. The angels around you have been sent not only to deliver this word but also to guard the miracle that is being released, ensuring that no darkness interferes with the blessing that has your name written upon it, and they are rejoicing even now, because they know that what heaven has spoken cannot be undone. What God has promised cannot fail, and what has been written in His plan will come forth in its perfect timing, bringing joy to your heart and peace to your soul. So let this word sink deeply into you, let it become a light that guides your thoughts and calms your fears, and let it strengthen your faith, because your miracle is closer than your doubts would have you believe, and it will arrive with such clarity, such beauty, and such undeniable power that you will know without hesitation that it came from the heart of God, sent by His love, sealed by His Spirit, and guarded by His angels until the moment it touches your life. Therefore, lift your spirit, open your heart, and prepare yourself with expectation, because heaven has not forgotten you, Christ has not abandoned you, and the Father has not overlooked you, but instead, He has chosen this time to reveal His goodness, to display His love, and to show you that the miracle you thought might never come is already on its way, ready to change your story, renew your strength, and remind you once more that you are loved beyond measure. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. Archangel Michael says, "The message continues to flow into your spirit with a power that is gentle yet unshakable, for heaven is pouring into you a word that carries both comfort and urgency, a word that reminds you that God has been closer to you than your very breath, and a word that reassures you that the miracle you have been waiting for has already been set into motion by hands that never fail, hands that have shaped the stars and carved the seas, yet still reach tenderly to hold you in every moment of your life." There are moments in your journey when you have wondered if the silence of heaven meant your prayers were forgotten, but I tell you with truth and certainty that every single word you have whispered in hope has been preserved, carried like a treasure into the courts of heaven, and none of it has been ignored, because the Father delights in the sound of your voice and treasures the faith you show even in the smallest prayers that rise from your heart. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. You have endured seasons of waiting, times when answers did not come quickly, and days when hope seemed stretched thin, but do not mistake delay for denial, for heaven's timing is never measured by impatience, it is measured by perfection, and now that perfection has arrived, with the doors of heaven swinging open to pour out the very blessings you thought were far away, because the miracle is not something being formed, it is already alive, already prepared, and already moving toward you like the dawn that cannot be stopped. Your struggles, though heavy, have been woven into something far greater than pain itself, for each tear has been like a seed planted into the soil of faith, and though you did not see the growth in the dark, the roots have been spreading, the strength has been forming, and the fruit of your perseverance is about to be revealed, because God wastes nothing, and every chapter of your life has been written with divine purpose to bring you to this very point where breakthrough becomes reality. There are angels standing beside you even now, their presence surrounding you like a shield, their wings spread to guard your heart from despair, and their voices singing quietly in the unseen, reminding your spirit that you are not alone, reminding your soul that you are loved, and reminding your heart that the Father who created you has already declared victory over your story, for His word is final, and His promises never fall empty to the ground. The weight you have been carrying will soon lift, not by your strength, but by the hand of God who lifts burdens with ease and replaces them with peace, and the fears that have haunted your nights will be silenced by the whisper of His love, because the miracle that is coming will not only answer your prayers, but it will also heal the broken places within you, restoring joy where sadness once lived and bringing light into every shadow that has tried to hide your hope. This message is not only an assurance but also a holy invitation, calling you to step into a deeper trust, to rest in the arms of Christ who gave everything so you could live free, and to believe with a heart wide open that what is about to take place in your life is greater than your own imagination, for God always gives beyond what you can think, beyond what you can plan, and beyond what you dare to expect. Because His love is limitless, His compassion is boundless, and His mercy is endless. Even now, as you let these words settle within you, there is a stirring in your soul, a warmth that comes not from human comfort but from the Spirit of God breathing peace into your very being, assuring you that though the night felt long, the morning has come, though the road was rough, the destination is near, and though the battle was fierce, the victory is already yours. Secured by the power of the cross and sealed by the eternal love of the Father who calls you His beloved. Type 2020 to claim joy and strength. The angels rejoice as they see your heart opening to this truth, because they know what is written over your life cannot be erased. They know that heaven has decreed your blessing, and they know that the miracle has already begun its journey toward you, ready to arrive in its perfect moment, and when it comes, you will look back at every trial and see that none of it was wasted, for all of it led you to the place where God's faithfulness shines brightest. So let hope rise within you like a flame that cannot be extinguished, let peace flow through you like a river that cannot run dry, and let love surround you like the embrace of heaven itself, because the miracle is coming, the breakthrough is near, and the story of your life is about to be marked forever by the goodness, mercy, and faithfulness of the Lord who loves you with an everlasting love and has promised to never let you go. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens are leaning close once again to pour into your spirit a message of unshakable truth, a message that carries the fragrance of hope and the weight of eternity, because this is not merely a collection of words but a divine reminder that the God who shaped the heavens has written a promise over your life that no power of darkness can undo, and this promise is unfolding even as you open your heart to receive it. There have been times when your strength felt almost gone, when the struggles of your life pressed so heavily against your spirit that it seemed as if you could no longer take another step forward, yet in those very moments, unseen hands were carrying you, unseen arms were holding you, and unseen love was sustaining you, because the Father never abandoned you even in the hours when you felt most alone. And it was His mercy that kept you standing when everything else in your world seemed to be falling apart. The message of heaven today is clear: your miracle is not only near, it is already in motion, and though your eyes may not yet see it, your spirit will begin to sense it, for the atmosphere around your life is shifting, the seasons are changing, and the Lord is bringing forth the fulfillment of prayers you thought had long been forgotten, but none of them were lost. Every single one has been kept in the heart of God, waiting for this perfect moment to bloom into reality. Your tears have watered the ground of your faith, and though you did not see growth during the night, the roots have been spreading, the life has been forming, and the fruit of your endurance is about to be revealed with beauty so great that it will leave you speechless, because this is how the Father works. He takes what seemed broken and makes it whole, He takes what seemed empty and fills it with abundance, and He takes what seemed like the end and turns it into the beginning of something glorious. The angels who have walked beside you through silent battles are rejoicing, because they see what heaven has prepared for you, and they know that no force on earth or in the unseen realms can stop what God has declared, for His word is final, His promise is eternal, and His love is unshakable, and this very love is being poured over you now like oil that heals wounds, like rain that refreshes dry land, and like light that scatters every shadow of fear. Do not let despair cling to you, because your story is not defined by loss or failure, It is defined by the love of Christ who gave his life so you could live free, and it is defined by the grace of God that restores, heals, and renews every part of your journey, because he has chosen you not for sorrow but for joy, not for defeat but for victory, and not for abandonment but for eternal belonging in his presence. Type 1616 if you surrender to God's will. Even in the silence you endured, heaven was never still, for the Spirit of God has been moving quietly on your behalf, aligning opportunities, preparing blessings, and orchestrating moments that will soon converge into a miracle so undeniable that you will look back on this season with gratitude, because you will see that every delay was protection, every closed door was redirection, and every challenge was preparation for the greater good that is now arriving. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. Your miracle will not come as a faint whisper of hope that fades, but as a flood of blessing that overtakes your life with strength, with peace, and with joy, and it will arrive in such a way that it leaves no doubt that it is the hand of God who has moved for you. Because only his love could bring forth such transformation, only his mercy could restore what was broken so beautifully, and only his power could turn your story into one of triumph and grace. So hold on to this word, let it rest in your heart like a treasure, and allow it to guide your thoughts through the days ahead, because the time has come for you to rise. The time has come for you to believe without wavering, and the time has come for you to step into the blessing that has been waiting with your name written upon it, sealed by heaven, guarded by angels, and delivered by the everlasting love of the Father who has always called you his own. Lift your eyes, beloved soul, for the dawn is breaking, the shadows are lifting, and the miracle is not only promised, it is certain, because the God who speaks cannot lie, and the Savior who gave his life cannot fail, and in this holy hour, heaven declares over you that your story will shine with hope, your days will overflow with peace, and your life will bear the mark of God's love forevermore. Archangel Michael says, "The flow of heaven's message has not ceased, it grows stronger with each passing word, because God is drawing your heart closer to his presence and preparing you to receive blessings that far exceed your expectations, blessings that will not simply answer a prayer but will transform the very atmosphere of your life, leaving you with peace where fear once lived and joy where sorrow once lingered. You have carried weights that seemed too heavy, and you have faced battles that left scars upon your heart, yet none of these have been wasted, for every tear has been seen by the Father, every cry has been heard by the Savior, and every moment of pain has been carefully woven into a greater design that only heaven could create, and now that design is about to reveal itself, not in fragments or small glimpses, but in a full display of God's faithfulness that will cover your life with light. The waiting you endured has been a sacred preparation, a refining of your soul that has drawn you closer to the love of Christ, and though at times it felt unbearable, heaven was never far, for angels walked beside you in silence, carrying your prayers upward, and the Spirit of God was comforting you in ways your mind could not always understand, but your heart could feel. And it is that same Spirit that now assures you that the long night is ending and the morning of miracles is breaking open before you. The breakthrough that is coming will not only restore what was lost but will multiply it, because God is not a God who simply replaces, He is the God who increases, the God who redeems, and the God who transforms, and He is breathing life into places of your story that seemed closed, awakening dreams you thought had died, and stirring hope that you thought was gone, for He is the author of resurrection, and nothing in your life is beyond His power to renew. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul. You are not forgotten, and you are not overlooked, for your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven, and the angels know the details of your journey, and they stand even now in holy anticipation of the miracle that is being released into your life, a miracle that carries the fingerprints of God, a miracle that will silence every lie that told you nothing would change, and a miracle that will remind you that heaven's love has always been fighting for you. The love of Christ is wrapping around you like a cloak, steadying your heart, calming your thoughts, and healing wounds that have lingered too long, and this love is not fragile, it is unbreakable, for it was proven on the cross, sealed in His resurrection, and poured into your life through the Spirit that now comforts you, and it is this same love that declares your future will not be defined by your pain but by His goodness. Not by your loss but by His abundance, and not by fear but by His perfect peace. The angels sing over you in this moment, songs of joy that echo the truth of your destiny, songs of hope that remind the heavens that your story has been marked for blessing, and songs of triumph that declare the victory already secured for you through Christ, and as their voices rise in harmony, your heart can feel the echo, a quiet reassurance that your miracle is not far, it is near, it is sure, and it is written in heaven's unshakable plan. Every door that was shut will make sense when the right one opens, every no that you endured will be understood when the yes of heaven comes to pass, and every moment of emptiness will be filled to overflowing when the miracle rests upon your life, because God never allows pain without purpose, and He never allows tears without comfort, for His ways are higher, His timing is perfect, and His love never fails to complete what it begins. So let peace take root in your spirit, let faith anchor you in the promises of God, and let hope rise again like the sun after the longest night, because your story is not ending in despair but opening into a new chapter of victory, a chapter written by hands that only know how to bring life, joy, and healing. And this chapter will shine so brightly that others will see the fingerprints of God upon you and be reminded that His love is real, His mercy is endless, and His miracles are true. Stand with courage now, beloved one, because heaven has spoken, and when heaven speaks, nothing can silence its voice, nothing can hinder its promises, and nothing can stop the miracle that is already moving toward you. And as you receive these words, may your heart be strengthened, your spirit be lifted, and your soul be filled with the unshakable truth that the Lord's love is covering you now and forevermore. Archangel Michael says, "The hand of heaven continues to stretch toward you with a message so tender yet so powerful, a message meant to steady your heart, heal your wounds, and lift you into the realization that the miracle you have been waiting for is not a distant hope but a promise already alive, already unfolding, and already moving closer to you with each breath you take, because the Father who formed you has never once turned His eyes away from you, and He has declared that this season of your life will not end in despair but will bloom in beauty." Type 222 if you know God is with you. There were days when your spirit felt weary, when the burdens pressed upon your shoulders until it seemed that even your faith could no longer carry you, yet in those unseen moments, the love of Christ surrounded you like a shield, His presence whispered to your soul that you were not abandoned, and His mercy sustained you until you could rise again, for His strength has always been greater than your weakness, and His love has always been stronger than your pain. This word is a confirmation that all you have endured has been leading to this moment, the moment when the prayers you thought had gone unanswered reveal themselves as seeds planted in sacred soil, now breaking forth into new life, new hope, and new beginnings, because heaven does not forget, and God's timing is never late, but always arrives with a perfection that makes every tear and every trial worthwhile in the light of what is revealed. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. The angels assigned to your life have carried you through storms unseen. They have whispered courage into your soul when fear tried to silence you, and they have stood guard around you when darkness tried to close in, and now they rejoice, because they see the miracle that is coming, they see the blessings that are being released, and they know that no power of darkness can touch what God Himself has sealed with His love and declared as yours. The breakthrough that is coming will not be small or ordinary, it will be radiant with the fingerprints of God, it will carry the fragrance of heaven's love, and it will be so complete that you will look back upon your journey and see that even the hardships were chapters of preparation, because God was building strength within you, shaping compassion through you, and drawing your heart closer to His, so that when the miracle arrives, it will not only bless you but it will shine through you as a testimony of His faithfulness. Let this message awaken a deep assurance within you, that your struggles have not defined you, your pain has not destroyed you, and your waiting has not been in vain, because the God who created you has been at work in every detail of your life, and He is about to prove once again that His promises are unshakable, His mercy is endless, and His power is without limit, and the miracle He has spoken over you will soon be visible for all to see. Even now, the Spirit of God is whispering peace into your soul, quieting the restless thoughts that have kept you awake, calming the worries that tried to steal your joy, and reminding you that you are deeply loved, eternally chosen, and forever secure in His care, and this peace is not temporary, it is eternal, it is unshakable, and it is flowing over you like a river that cannot be stopped, carrying away your fears and filling you with new strength. The miracle will arrive in ways you could not predict, it will come suddenly and beautifully, and it will leave you in awe of how perfectly the Lord has orchestrated every detail, because what is coming is not just an answer to prayer, it is a display of God's glory, a revelation of His love, and a reminder that He has always been faithful, always been present, and always been working for your good even when you could not see it. Type 1919 to embrace healing. So rise in hope, lift your heart in expectation, and let faith anchor you in this truth, that you are not at the end but at the threshold of a new beginning, you are not forgotten but chosen, and you are not alone but surrounded by the love of Christ, the power of the Spirit, and the presence of angels who walk with you, and this truth will carry you into the miracle that is coming, the miracle that will change your story, renew your strength, and mark your life with the eternal love of God. Take these words as a holy treasure, hold them close, and let them breathe life into your spirit, because your miracle is not only promised, it is certain, it is sealed, and it is nearer than your heart dares to imagine, and when it arrives, your soul will overflow with peace, your lips will speak of joy, and your life will shine with the undeniable truth that God's love has carried you, healed you, and blessed you beyond measure. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens continue to release this word over you with great tenderness and with unshakable strength, because God has seen the weight you have carried and He has determined that this is the time when His love will show itself in ways you have never experienced before, for the Father has prepared blessings that will not simply touch your life in one moment but will cover your days with ongoing grace, lifting you into a season where hope will flourish like a tree planted beside living waters." There have been long nights when your soul wrestled with silence, when your heart wondered if heaven still listened, and when the road ahead looked blurred by uncertainty, yet those nights were not wasted, because in the quiet hours, the Lord was weaving strength into your spirit, teaching your heart to trust beyond what it could see, and preparing you for the unfolding of miracles that would not only meet your needs but would fill your spirit with awe at the depth of His love and the greatness of His mercy. The angels who surround you are not only messengers, they are also protectors, guarding the promises that have been spoken over your life, ensuring that what God has declared will not be stolen or hindered, and they rejoice because they know what is about to come forth will silence the lies of doubt and destroy the chains of fear, for the hand of the Almighty has written blessing into your destiny, and no force of darkness has the power to erase it. This word is meant to remind you that the seasons of pain and waiting are not your final chapters, they were the preparation for the greater things now opening before you. Because God never allows suffering to remain without redemption, He never leaves brokenness without healing, and He never allows darkness to stand where His light has been promised, and His light is now breaking forth upon your life like the dawn after the longest night, filling you with warmth, peace, and unshakable hope. The breakthrough you have prayed for will come not in fragments but in fullness, not in pieces but in wholeness, for the Lord is not a God of half measures, He is a God of abundance, and when He moves completely, leaving no corner untouched by His mercy and no wound unreached by His healing, and this is the kind of miracle being prepared for you now, one that will bring not just relief but complete restoration. Your tears, though many, have become precious in heaven, gathered like jewels in the presence of God, and they will not go unanswered, because the Father has seen every moment of your struggle, He has heard every whisper of your soul, and He has chosen this time to respond with a love so overwhelming that it will feel as though every shadow has lifted and every chain has been broken, for His timing is perfect, His ways are higher, and His promises are certain. Do not allow fear to rise again, for the angels walk with you, the Spirit breathes within you, and Christ Himself has gone before you, and with such company you can rest in assurance that you are not left to battle alone, you are not left to struggle without help, and you are not left to walk without guidance, because heaven surrounds you, heaven upholds you, and heaven has already declared victory over your life. Type 666 if you believe in God's grace. What if you could unlock a secret brain wave that top scientists discovered inside the hippocampus, the very switch that signals wealth and abundance? Hidden from the public for decades, this breakthrough can rewire your mind to attract prosperity faster than you imagined. Picture the stress of bills replaced with financial freedom and new opportunities. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate this ancient money wave and step into abundance today. The miracle will unfold in such a way that even the areas of your life you thought were beyond repair will find renewal, and even the places where you felt forgotten will shine with new joy, for God does not only touch what is visible, He also heals what is hidden, restoring hope in the secret places of your heart and renewing strength in the depths of your soul. And it is this kind of transformation that is being released upon you even now. So let this message wash over you like rain upon dry ground, let it refresh you like cool water to a weary traveler, and let it awaken in you a faith that does not waver, because the love of God is not only near, it is within you, and His Spirit is breathing fresh life into every part of your being, reminding you that you were made for hope, created for joy, and destined for blessing. Receive these words as a holy gift, treasure them as a seed planted in your heart, and watch as they grow into unshakable belief, because the miracle is closer than your doubts suggest, stronger than your fears admit, and greater than your heart imagines, and when it comes, your soul will rejoice, your lips will testify, and your life will shine as living proof of God's endless love and unstoppable faithfulness. You have endured times when the road before you felt endless, when the days seemed heavy with burdens, and when your spirit wondered how much longer it could endure. Yet it was in those very seasons that the strength of Christ carried you, that the Spirit of God whispered gently to your soul, and that the love of the Father held you close, unseen but unbroken, for His promise has always been to keep you, to guide you, and to never let you fall beyond His reach. This message arrives as a divine reminder that the waiting you have walked through was not wasted, for it shaped your faith like gold refined in fire, it deepened your dependence on the Lord, and it prepared your heart to recognize the miracle when it arrives, because what God gives is never shallow or temporary, it is eternal, it is full, and it transforms your life with a goodness that leaves no room for doubt that it comes from Him alone. The angels who stand near you even now have guarded you through storms that threatened to break you, they have lifted you when your spirit was weak, and they have fought battles on your behalf in realms you could not see, and they now rejoice because the moment is drawing near when you will see with your own eyes what heaven has known all along, that the Father has decreed your blessing, and no force in the universe can stand against what He has spoken. There is a shift already happening in your heart, a stirring that tells you something is changing, and that stirring is not your imagination, it is the Spirit of God confirming that your time has come, that the prayers you lifted in faith are rising as answered promises, and that the miracle will come not as a faint sign but as a flood of love, power, and grace that will leave you standing in awe of the One who has never failed you. Amen.